Hi there guys, welcome back to Dad Plays Stuff and another episode of Daemon X Machina's Orsa Challenge. Now to remind everybody how the Orsa Challenge goes is you have to use the Orsa set, no Devotion, no, what's the other one called? Splendor. And in this series, the No Death Challenge, we're also not using any stun. So, this is Nightmare, well, Mega Nightmare to be specific, and we're trying to not die, which is a lot more difficult than you'd think. Now, before we get into the video properly, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. So, a little bit of feedback I got from my last video was that I kind of explained the challenge that I was doing with Xeric Roar, and after that, I just kind of sped up the footage just to get through it. Basically, people wanted me to talk more. As a result of that, I'm willing to at least give it a try here. I might start rambling on, and if that's the kind of thing you like, then okay. But anyway, the basic gist of this fight and our strategy that we were going for is that we'd tested multiple different builds, multiple different things. We'd tried melee, we'd tried shotguns. Eventually, we kind of went down the route of laser cannons for the cores in phase 2, or rather, when he gets his immortal fractal, and assault rifles, specifically the Guilty Throne, for dealing with them in the prior to the fractal stage, since it does a moderately good amount of damage, and on top of that, it also has a decent range. Now, sniper rifles in this fight, I honestly don't think they are that great. You don't get the ammo capacity that you need to take down the boss quick enough, and on top of that, you run out of the ammo pretty quick, therefore you have to focus more on the adds, and then picking up ammo and things like that. At least with the Guilty Thrones, I've got a sufficient kind of ammo amount that I can just blast away for a while, and if I really need to later on, I can go and look for ammo, which I do. Now, the other weapon that I'm using, and that the rest of the team were using, was the Lohnkriegers. Now, if you don't know what the Lohenkrieger is, it is one of the weapons that you get from Xeric Roar's blueprints. It's basically a laser cannon, but with a more assault rifle / machine gun fire rate. Really powerful weapon, really good in general, and especially good for taking out cores. It's actually what we used during the world record Gunfort run that we did. It was Muteki that was using that, and he used that to pop the cannon off of Gunfort, which inevitably allowed us to just mince him. So we kind of thought employing a similar strategy here would be effective, and it did work quite well. There's no real mechanics in this fight that you can exploit in order to, get a crazy amount of damage, like with Gunfort. So it is primarily just, not getting hit by stuff and DPSing them. The biggest challenge you have with this kind of run is that Orsa's not fast. It is not fast, doesn't have a lot of armor, doesn't have a lot of anything. Your fire rate is going to be abysmal in comparison to if you were using an actual build, so it hampers your DPS a massive amount. Certain guns, certain things, all of that doesn't work very well in comparison. So it's not just a case of we are paper thin, it limits you in so many different ways that aren't apparent unless you have like a side-by-side comparison of basically what you can do with the optimized build. There's also a case it doesn't have any slots, so that does make it more difficult as well. But as you can see, the boss fight, the kind of primary concern we had was building up too many adds. Now, Nightmare drops off some containers which have adds in them. Usually, I think it's like a Stry or two, and one of either the Glimmers or the Dazzlers, whatever. It's like ones that attack and explode, and then there's ones that block your radar. Then there's also periodic spawns of helicopters. Now, if you ignore the adds, they are going to kill you. They are 100% going to kill you, especially in an Orsa challenge. I mean, the adds are dangerous in numbers against an actual kitted build. Against an Orsa build, yeah, you need to be keep an eye on missiles and all sorts of things. And it is wise to utilize the containers on the floor to heal yourself up. You heal really quickly, so there is that advantage, but at the same time, it's one of those fights where you need to be really situationally aware. Luckily, because we're so slow in comparison to normal, you don't have the downside that this fight normally has, which is running into the red barrier. So anyway, that was the video, and thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to leave that like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you can see my videos flag up if that interests you. And if you enjoyed the kind of more informal way that I was speaking, please leave it in the comments. I'm constantly trying to change the way I'm doing things, find something that works, because at the end of the day, the whole purpose of this is to entertain people, and if you guys aren't entertained by it, there's no point in me doing it. So yeah, if you want more structured, scripted content, or you want more informal content, leave it in the comments. Anywho, good night.